You don't even have a sword.
I don't need a sword. I have a mech.
Oh, shit.
Hi, I'm Hayley.
And I'm Eljay.
And today we're going to be talking about the new Ninjago Legacy set, Overlord Dragon, number 71742. It has approximately 372 pieces. It'll be retail priced for approximately $30, and it'll be released on January 1st. So what makes this set so special is that this is part of Legacy, yet it is not a remake of a previous Ninjago model. This is the first time the Overlord Dragon has appeared in LEGO form, which is super, super cool and awesome. We want to thank LEGO for sending us this set, and we just want to say that everything we're going to be talking about in this video today is going to be our own opinions. So yeah, let's dig in.
Yeah, let's get started. So I think we should really start off with the color scheme, because again, Overlord Dragon hasn't appeared in set form ever before this very moment. And in the show, it was CG. It wasn't based off a set, so they could kind of go ham and cheese. In this instance, the Overlord Dragon, despite in the show being primarily black, features dark blue, purple, and black, along with highlights of gray and gold. So that is a bit of a departure from what we're familiar with.
Absolutely. I think the gold is because of the minifigure that comes with it. The minifigure is based off of the rebooted model, so it has that gold sort of like armor protecting it. So the dragon has that to match it on its belly. Has sort of a matching, it matches the minifigure.
Yeah.
So.
No, absolutely. It also has kind of that lightning piece to, again, go with the minifigure to really send home, yeah, they're the same person, or at least connected, at the very least.
Yes. So let's talk a bit about this head. So this is a brand new mold for both, I believe, the upper and lower jaw.
Yeah, I believe they're different pieces. Yeah, no, they have to be. They're different pieces. I don't know if they're new totally, or they're just new to Ninjago. I genuinely don't know at this stage.
Okay.
But the upper one does have printing. There are no stickers in this set. I like it. I think it does a good job of capturing the general head shape. However, it's got gold teeth.
It does have gold teeth, which was not from... I mean, there's such a big shot from Ninjago of the giant mouth of the dragon clamping down on Lloyd, and it was not gold teeth. I can definitely remember that. The other thing is that it's missing sort of like the tendrils on its head. It had it wasn't horns. It was, I guess tendrils is the right word for it.
Kind of tendrils, almost antenna.
Antenna?
In a sense.
Yeah, it had huge long antenna, which there are parts of this set kind of on top of its back.
Yeah, the set does have pieces on the back which kind of harken to that, almost like a tip of a hat. However, they do not commit to it in any substantial way, which I personally found to be disappointing. I suspect there are ways to get the tendrils, those antennae, on the headpiece. I just wish they had, but I'm sure there's a reason that they didn't.
Yeah. It still has that very menacing, huge look over a minifigure, which matches the show very much. So,
absolutely. As far as other show departures are concerned, the wings stand to be another one. In the show, the wings are obviously very large. They're very webbed. Very similar to most of the dragons in Ninjago. In this instance, we have 6 blade pieces trying to kind of replicate the wings. There's nothing in between them. What's cool about these blade pieces is that they are new in purple. However, they aren't really show accurate, which in my opinion is fine. I'm not too upset by that, but it is another thing that some people might have some issues with.
It really gives me classic Ninjago dragon vibes, which I guess this dragon is sort of going off of. We have modern dragons like Firstborn, which has that cloth fabric for the wings. With this looks like something that would have come out in 2011, 2012 with a lot of updates, which I think really does match the tone of this Legacy set.
Absolutely. The blade pieces are also seen on the tail, and I think this is a good bridge into Articulation because the tail features about 2 points in the midsection and then 2 additional points on the end with these ball joints, these mixel joints. The tail is very similar to the Green Ninja Mech Dragon from the Ninjago film in that it's very loosey-goosey, but it breaks apart from that in the sense that there's no actual function. You don't turn a gear to get it to spin, it just flops
It just
around.
happens. And there's no way to get it to like stay, like say you want it to like turn in this direction and keep it. It won't stay. There's no way to like make that happen. But it does have that free flowing in multiple ways to get that sort of a tail wag. But
Yeah.
Overlord is not a happy dragon.
No.
So
Other points of articulation would be the feet, the legs. The feet, not necessarily, because this doesn't have knees or ankles, depending on your point of view. However, it has articulation on the hips, the ankle/knees. It has some, though it's only on one axis on that latter half. And then finally, the wings are connected by a ball joint, with the final blade on the wing, the very tip, that will go on one axis as well. Finally, there is articulation in the head, 2 points of it in the neck, as well as the jaw, which is independent of the ball joint from the head to the neck.
oh yeah, this dragon can move in many different areas, and it can create a lot of good posability over minifigures with other dragons. It definitely has that creative liberty with everything that it can do.
And I feel like that really summarizes a set. A lot of creative liberty was taken, artistic liberty was taken with it. Given that this is the first time we've seen the Overlord Dragon in set form, I'm not disappointed overall. I think it's a good dragon. I think it looks good. I like all of the color. I like the color scheme. Though there are areas where I do kind of wish it was a little more like the show, especially since we've been waiting for this for so long.
Absolutely. I do agree with that. It's a beautiful set. It does strive a little away from what the series has presented. It's definitely leaning more towards rebooted, which I think was slightly a mistake. It should have gone full on season 2 with that massive kind of underbelly, the huge tendrils on its head, stuff like that. But I think it's great for what it is. It definitely will look good on a shelf for sure.
Most certainly. And I kind of wish I had somehow procured the new golden dragon so that could
To
have
go
them
along
kinda
with it,
compared.
absolutely.
Because I've heard that one was all right, but well, I'm sure someone will. Real quick, before we wrap up, minifigures comes with 2, the weird hybrid Overlord, and then Golden Lloyd, which you can also get from Lloyd's Golden Dragon. No surprise there. It's not really anything to write home about.
I think the biggest thing or disappointment is that the minifigure for the Overlord is based off of season 3, even though the set itself is for season 2. It's one of those, head scratchers like, if they had just replaced this helmet with the Helmet of Shadows in season 2, this would have been solved pretty easily, but alas.
Overall, I'm pretty content with it. I think that it lived up to the hype because it's a cool dragon, but not necessarily the hype of getting a one-to-one recreation of the dragon from the show. I think in a lot of ways it's really failed to do that. Overall, I would say as far as legacy sets are concerned, this is one of the least accurate recreations of a thing from the past 10 years. That doesn't mean that it's bad, it just means that it hasn't greatly succeeded in its goal. And whether or not you're happy about that or you care, your mileage is going to vary as to how that affects your opinion of the set.
Absolutely. I also agree. I think the set is beautiful. They did a fantastic job designing a menacing looking dragon. Sure, it's not exactly like season 2's dragon, but the fact that we have an Overlord Dragon after all these years, even though it didn't come when the wave released for everything else that came with the Stone Army, it's pretty remarkable that we have something like this to sit in front of us or sit before us today. So yeah, I think that's great for the Overlord Dragon. So.
Fantastic. All right. I think that about says it. Real quick, I want to say, if you have the Golden Dragon, the new one, I would definitely recommend picking this up. I think if you're really into dragons, you'd like this too. But if you're really hoping for that show-accurate Overlord, I think you're fine passing.
Yeah. This is definitely a fun set to play with all the articulation, with all the function. For kids to have, a bad guy dragon would be really, really nice. So this is definitely a fun toy to pick up, especially for classic Ninjago fans.
Absolutely. So I think that wraps it up. We're going to go ahead and head on to the next Ninjago Legacy set LEGO sent us. So again, thank you, LEGO, for sending this to us.
Thank you.
Do appreciate it. And make sure to stay tuned for the next Ninjago Legacy set review. Thank you for watching. See See you next time. Farewell.